Today's video is going to be just a little bit different than what we usually do. What you're going to see is the videos done in Instagram style, not to be confused with Gangnam style, although you can still dance if you want to. Since it is Instagram style, it comes from posts we did in stories on Instagram, and you'll notice the captioning. Pay no attention to that. The spelling is horrible. I hope you still find it informative, a little bit entertaining, and since we're still dealing with our truck not having any air conditioning, you should find it just a little bit frustrating for us. So thanks for tuning in again, and here we go.
Open Gangnam Style.
Good morning and happy Saturday. I want to give everybody an update on the lack of air conditioning situation in our new Ford truck. First, thank you all for your comments, your suggestions, your help, your sympathy and your empathy. It means a lot to us to have so many people looking out for us. Right?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely does. Somebody suggested get a hold of Ford, have them open a case for you. So thank you for that. We did. I did it through Facebook because I was on Facebook, and reached out to their messenger, told them through Messenger, told them what was going on, where I'd been down to the dealer, this was going on. They said it's this part, it's on back order, and I got a pretty quick response. Came back and said, okay, what's your VIN, your phone, your email, registered owner of the truck, that kind of stuff.
Your credit card number, your birth date,
Right, social security number,
address, where you lived growing up.
So I sent that back over to Lucas on the Ford Messenger app, and got a message back saying, we ran that VIN number through. There are no recalls or technical service bulletins for that. You can look that up yourself at this address. We recommend you take your truck to a dealer. And my first thought was, Lucas is a bot.
Yeah.
And so I called him a bot. I said, did you read my message? They came back and said, oh, sorry. Thanks for the clarification. And so we got a little more information from him. Well, gave them a little more information of what was going on. And they also said, well, there's not a recall on that. I know.
Okay, we don't care. Just fix it.
And I said, we are traveling the next. They said, so from what I understand, you do not have the truck at the dealer right now. Again, I reiterated, we are traveling, and we'll be in Washington the next time we're going to have any amount of time to have this looked at. And the last thing that they said was, did that dealer order an air conditioning compressor already? And I said, yes, I told them not to because we weren't going to be here, but they said they did. And he said, here's your case number. Somebody will call you within 1 business day. That was 2 business days ago. So I will be trying to track them down Monday when we're in cooler weather. So we got up early this morning and headed out. It's 70 now. It's tolerable. It's going to get hotter before it gets cooler.
Doing okay. Haven't had to roll the windows down yet, but that's coming. I can feel it. It's coming soon. But it was really nice. We left at 6:15 this morning, and it was 51 degrees.
Yeah, we were a little chilly.
So yeah, we were actually chilly. So,
But we'll be tootling around Yellowstone next week, and it's going to be much cooler there. We won't need the air conditioning. We'd love to have it. But we will keep you posted. Thank you for your support, Ford. We need to try harder.
Yes, please.
Much,
Ford.
much harder.
Because this is ridiculous. Brand new 2023 Ford F350 that we've literally had for 6.5 months, and now we spend the summer with no air conditioning. Thanks, Ford.
Such great heights in your eyes.
temperature climbs and it gets a little bit warmer, and it's not horrible. I mean, it's still not fun driving with the windows down because, you know, hair, lots of noise, can't really enjoy the radio. I mean, it's noisy, which really starts to wear on you. But it's definitely warming up. But Jimmy rides on my lap, and so the sun is beating on Jimmy and I from this side. We actually just went around a little bit of a bend, and it's a little behind us. But I want to show you. I've been putting the sunshade for the windshield. I put that over here between the door and I to block the sun off of Jimmy. But I've discovered something about Jimmy that I didn't know with these sunshades. Check this out. Well, we had to make a stop at Walmart for some supplies. I took the dogs out, took them on a walk. We went in the trailer for a few minutes. It's not too bad in there. It's hot in this truck. So it's no fun sitting in the truck with no AC because dang, we need that wind blowing through our hair again because wow, it's cooking. It's cooking. I think we've got 2 hours left, maybe 2 to 3 hours. I think my watch is dead. 2 to 3 hours left to get to our destination. And you know, I mean, once we're there, I don't really care what the temperature is because we'll be cool in the Airstream with the ACs running. But dang, traveling without AC is not fun. It's not fun, I'm here to tell you. I hope we don't have to do this all summer long.
Suggestions, hey, open a case with Ford. I got on the Facebook chat with Ford, told them what was going on, what was said.
Oh, sorry.
They said, hey, great, give us your VIN, your name, your email address, your phone number. So I did, and they said, we looked at your VIN number, there are no recalls for this vehicle. You can look it up on your own at this. We suggest you contact a dealer. So I said, okay, bot. Read what I sent. I did contact a dealer. They said, oh, sorry. So eventually they opened up a case. I did get a Ford case number. And they said someone will contact you within 1 business day. And that was on Thursday of whatever week that was. A week and a half ago. Right. Well, Tuesday I got on there and I said, hey, nobody's contacted me yet. What's the deal? And they said, oh, we've been really, really backed up. I'm like, yeah, because all of your compressors in your F250 and 350, maybe 450, for 2023 and 24 are crap. They're bad. This is not just us. It's happening to a lot of people. Thus the back order. So finally, yesterday, a caseworker got a hold of me and they said, we've been in touch with your servicing dealer. We'll get in touch with you on Monday to check in and give you an update. And so I replied back saying, exactly who do you have as my servicing dealer? Because I knew what was going on. So they said, Larry H. Miller in Provo. I said, no, that is not my servicing dealer. I am going to be in Washington for the next 3 weeks. Not Larry H. Miller in Provo. They said, oh, well then you'll need to open up a case when you get to the dealer there. But they were kind enough to say, are you going to have it into a place In the meantime, it is 6:43 in the morning. We've been on the road for an hour and a half.
2 hours. Right now, 2 hours.
2 hours. Granted, there was a time change there. We've been on the road 2 hours because we have to travel in the cool part of the day, because not only do we not have air conditioning, I know there's a heat wave going on, so it's going to be near 100 when we get to where we have to stop for the night. We can't just drive through because we have no air conditioning. It's unbearable. Wish us luck, guys. Think cool thoughts for us and the dogs. And thank you for your support during our trying times of not having air conditioning.
Good morning. I have no idea what day it is. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday. We are rolling out of the city park here in Omak, Washington. Now, when you think Washington, you think, oh, that's nice and cool and lovely. No, sir. This is not nice and cool and lovely. This was 95 degrees yesterday. So the last hour-ish or so, a little over an hour of our trip here yesterday was pretty hot. I mean, what was it? 80. It got to 89 at one point, then it dropped back down to like 84. Anyways, but once we got here and got set up, got the AC going in the trailer, all was good. We really considered driving on. We're glad we didn't. We're glad that we just stopped and rested and cooled off in the trailer. But we're out of here. It's 5:56 a.m. We're heading north.
Well, we thought we should give you an update for our Sunday. We made it. We made it to our destination. We're in northern Washington. We are like in the most northern part of Washington. It's been a long day. But we're in the most northern part of Washington that you can get before you go to Canada. Now I can't talk. Anyway, and they're having a heat wave here. Lucky us. But, I mean, it's hot, and we're running the ACs in the trailer. And, but really, I mean, we're from Phoenix, so in Phoenix, we call this summer. Here they call it a heat wave. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's hot. But we did okay in the truck. It wasn't bad, the drive here today. We left at, dark 30, as you know. We got here by noon. And so, yeah, we're probably here for 3 weeks, we think. Anyway, so it's getting a little warmer right now.
Front lamps isn't responding.
Really? Because
But they just turned on. Okay, Alexa's lost her mind. We're trying to make a little bit of dinner in the microwave, and it kept flipping the breaker because we had the ACs running. Hashtag RV life. So we turned off the ACs because we felt like food was more important than being comfortable. But the microwave just beeped.
It did. It has to sit for 5 minutes. So we're running the air conditioning in the Airstream. And we're thankful it's not reversed that we don't have air conditioning in the Airstream, but we do in the truck, because that would be a completely different situation. So we will deal with this, as we deal with all things, right?
Right?
Most
We'll just
things.
take it one day at a time.
We'll complain off camera.
Several days later.
We were going to be in Bellingham, Washington, which is right near the Canadian border, for a few weeks. So I made an appointment with Bellingham Ford to get in and have this thing looked at, because you can't have one Ford dealer diagnose your problem and have a different one fix it. Whoever diagnoses it has to fix it. So We got that going for us. So we got to Bellingham. I had an appointment for July 8th. The morning of July 8th, I get a call from their service department. We can't get you in. We're very busy. A recurring theme with Bellingham Ford. We can't. We're very busy. But they could get us in on July 16th. As you know, that's quite a bit later. So, fortunately, again, cooler in Washington than Arizona. Not cool enough. We ended up renting a car to be able to go do anything, so we didn't feel completely trapped. We took it in on July 16th, and they diagnosed it as, guess what? Air conditioning compressor problem. Go figure. So, by this time, we had escalated, as we'd heard people do, and we had a Ford service rep assigned to us. We took it in on July 16th. They diagnosed it with the same thing that I told him it was going to be, same thing I told our assigned Ford rep it was going to be, and the same thing Larry Miller said it was going to be. And they didn't give us the indefinite back order. They said they could probably have one on August 12th. This is July 16th.
Well, hello. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a happy Wednesday. I'm not having a great day so far, but that's okay. I've been having a lot of not great days. So, just when you think everything's going to be okay, you realize, no, it's probably not. Like I said, I'm not in a good mood. I probably shouldn't even be on stories right now, but I'm kind of over this. Dee took the truck into Bellingham Ford yesterday, and of course, even though he'd already had it to the dealer in Provo, Utah, Bellingham Ford had to start all over, had to diagnose it. Oh, guess what? It's your compressor. Really? Oh, and they're on indefinite back order. Ford did send out 2,000 of them last week, but sorry, we don't have any. So we wait. And they said, maybe there'll be some more in by August 12th. I think that's just, here, let's throw a date at you so that you'll feel better or whatever. I don't know. So this is, a lot of RVers talk about the dips in the road. Well, you know how sometimes there's like a landslide and the road falls off? That's what I feel like this is. This is more than a dip for me. Dee is very patient and very waitable. I don't wait well. But I just feel done. I mean, we already have our Airstream for sale, but I want to sell it. I want to sell the truck, and I don't ever want to leave my house again. I want to go home, and I don't want to travel anymore. I want to use my own washer and dryer, and I don't like this feeling of being trapped. I'm trapped. And what I mean by that, by trapped, is that we have a 2023 Ford F350 that we just bought brand new off the lot last December, and the air conditioning doesn't work. The air conditioning went out at 8,000 miles. We have driven 2,000 miles with no air conditioning, and we have several thousand more miles that we have to drive. So when you're an RVer, one of the things that you like to do on the weekends when you're not working is go sightseeing and go exploring and go do things. It's not a lot of fun when you don't have air conditioning. It's not a lot of fun. It's, we're up in northern Washington because that's the coolest place we could, that's the coolest place we could find. It's still no fun, and it's still hot. Of course, there's been a heat wave, but driving around with the windows down, no fun. No fun. But the biggest reason I feel trapped is because I can't go home. I can't go home. And with everything that we've had going on, air conditioning going out in our truck, thank you, Ford, and my back going out, thank you, back. And we can't go home. We can't go home because, and I just want to go home at this point. I just want to go home, but we can't because we would have to, we have to drive through a lot of heat, a whole lot of heat to get back to our home in Arizona. And that's, it'd be one thing for Dee and I to have to put up with that. I can't put the dogs through that, So, here we sit. So really the plan is we stay in Washington until our air conditioning gets fixed. We're at the mercy of Ford.
No. No? Oh, don't cry, are you?